You have it, you did the live stream already too?
Yes, I just started it.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. I'm like watching the clock. I'm so excited about today's discussion. You guys are probably like, why? I mean, it's just marketing, but I love marketing. This is important. All right. Yes, Jackie. Yes, you should have gotten the notification. No, it didn't ask you to accept the recording. Yeah, we are. Jackie's so funny. Yes, we are. All right, guys. Well, hey, Stephen. All right. Mark, my guys are always here. It said live stream. Okay, well, yeah. Let's see. My guys are. Ladies, I gotta tell y'all, the guys, they're killing it. They're killing it with their promptness and attentiveness and getting the work done. I don't know. It's usually not that way, but it's kind of been that way, but we'll see. Hey, Michelle. All right. Happy Thursday, guys. It's 12 o'clock. It's time for us to get started. Our, what do we say? Our business development, bite-sized business development pieces over lunch. I'm super excited about today's discussion, simply for a number of reasons. Before we get into it, for those who I have not had an opportunity to meet before, I assume I've met everyone before. My name is Cole Jackson. I'm the founder of Model Mortgage Experts, co-founder essentially of Model Mortgage Experts, Title Experts, Transaction Experts, and our lovely Experts University, the platform that we gather under every Thursday and learn more to earn more. Experts University is powered by the Experts Group, which is our brands of real estate service providers. Again, Model Mortgage Experts, our mortgage brokerage, Title Experts, title company, and Transaction Experts, our transaction coordination company. Hey, Marissa. Just as a reminder, I want you guys to literally very, very much take advantage of what we're building here. This community is for each and every one of you. This community was built based on what I didn't have. Many of you guys probably know my story. I started off in real estate. I was a licensed realtor before I was a real estate attorney. I actually, anytime I go down to Broward in the Fort Lauderdale, actually a Tamarack office. It's always funny because I remember the very seat that I was sitting in when I was made a member of the association there. And so all the brands that have been built, all the services that we offer, and even the trainings that we provide under the Experts University, along with the Experts Group, is based on really the challenges that we've overcome in being real estate professionals. Many of you know, again, that I'm also a licensed real estate sales professional in Florida, got my first license in California. For those of you who have not had an opportunity to work with title experts before, we welcome you to that opportunity. Some of the benefits and features of working with title experts includes an attorney managed firm, dedicated closing team, dedicated transaction coordination, regular status updates, and rush processing is absolutely available. When you're ready to close, as long as we've got all our docs, our title is clear, we're ready to close as well. New contracts are sent to contracts@titleexperts.com. Our general communication is sent to closings@titleexperts.com, and you can call us from anywhere in the US at 866-5-EXPERTS. Now, getting to I love this part of our huddles. Congratulations to Mr. R.W. Williams. He has a new listing. And so congratulations to him. Guys, you probably should see the market is recovering, right? Recovering. We're seeing some more activity. And people are only going to be as excited about this market and your business as you are about your business. So I encourage you to get excited about your business and definitely, again, just show up, right? Also, we want to congratulate Miss Mosleen. I do believe, I don't know, is Mosleen on? I heard that Marceline has only been a realtor for just 6 months or so. Many of you know we launched our 3 steps to purchase a home in 2023 campaign last week. For those realtors that signed up, you guys got your content to begin putting that out there and inviting participants. And Marceline is the leader. She's the week 1 leader. Literally her registration started rolling in Friday evening. You guys got your content on Friday. Hers started rolling in on Friday evening. And again, I believe Marceline has only been in business for 6 months. And so to have this type of momentum and execution is what's important. I'm very impressed. And so congratulations to her. She's not on today. She'll probably be on. She's generally on every call. But congratulations to her as our week 1 most registrants. And the registrations, guys, I'm looking at, you'll see, for those of you who have registrations, you'll see we're asking, and these are the same questions that you guys should ask, how soon do you want to purchase? And a good number of her registrations are saying within 6 months, like immediately. And so this is building her pipeline in a tremendous way. And so I'm excited for her, super excited for her. So we're just 8 days away from our 3 steps to purchase a new home in 2023. We'll talk more about that at the end of our call, but just a reminder for those of you who have already gotten your assets, we're 8 days away. So you might want to get that out there and get your follow-up going, okay? So for today's discussion, last week we talked about content. So content. And we talked about the different ways that you should look at developing content for your marketing. I want to reiterate, just for the purposes of setting the tone for our conversation today, one of my tried and true, well-worn sayings that you guys know that I will always indicate when we have a conversation about our business is that you are the CEO of your very own real estate business. You are running a business, even though you may be a solo agent, you may be on a team, but at the end of the day, you're running a business, right? And so your business is, Stephen Ingram, PA, Mark Paris, PA, Adam Castle, PA, right? And so I want you guys to, Amelia Doyling, PA, I want you guys to look at yourself and the services that you provide under the umbrella of a business. And every business must do what? Market. I want to reiterate every time we come together that 50% of what you do every day should be based around marketing, prospecting, because we know that it's a funnel, right? We get contacts, and we hope that those contacts will convert to contracts, which of course convert to closings, which of course equals checks. Every day, we're thinking about contacts that will convert to contracts, that will convert to closings, which of course converts to checks. The conversation we had last week and the conversation that we're having today and also next week is what comes before contacts, which is content. How are we getting the attention of our target audience? Or how are we getting the attention of the contacts that will then turn to contracts, which will then turn to closings and checks? How are we getting their attention? So last week we talked about content. Today I want to turn you guys to the next step. Once that content is out there, how are you capturing them? So they've seen your content, they've seen your posts, they've gotten your text messages, they've seen your emails. How are you now getting them into your cipher, I would say? How are you getting them into a bucket? So when you think of your marketing, I want you to think of it as rainmaking, right? So you're making rain. How do you now capture them in a bucket so that they don't get lost? One of the analogies that I would use, and some of you probably heard me say this before, with my husband's team, I would tell them, he's the rainmaker, you guys are the buckets, catch it, catch the rain that he's making. And so I want you guys to, again, have this thought process when you're marketing. So, okay, I'm putting all this marketing out there, I'm putting all this content out there, but what's catching the people that are engaging in my content? And then once they're in this bucket, how am I converting them to contracts, which then converts to closings and checks? So that's today's conversation, right? So fundamentally, lead capture. Lead capture is the process of gathering information about prospective customers. Lead capture, fundamentally, right? Lead capture. And then generally, what is the information that we want when we capture a lead? For us to feel like it's a physical lead, something we can work with, what do we need? We need a name, email address, phone numbers. That's just the basics. So anytime you put something out there, you're saying, okay, when someone responds to this, when they react to this, how am I going to make sure I get a name, an email address, and a phone number? What call to action is going to engage them, provoke them to give me a name, email address, and phone number, right? And then for you also, a key piece of information for a realtor is what is their time frame to conduct a real estate transaction? How soon? Because now we're sorting people, right? If someone says, I'm ready today, I think you're going to call them before you call the person that says in a year, right? So we want name, email address, phone number, and then what is your time frame to conduct a real estate transaction? Again, for those of you who are getting your registrations in and you're seeing those registrations forwarded to you, isn't that one of the questions we're asking? What is your time frame to purchase? That's important to my realtors. I want my realtors to be able to take action on this, right? This is lead capture. Because then you're going to sort them on who are the people. You're going to talk to everyone, but the person that says, I'm ready now, or I'm ready in 3 months, we're going to touch them a little bit more, right? Lead capture is important to the sales process because it enables you to gather valuable prospect information and quickly identify potential customers. What did we just say? If we want to quickly identify, if we get 10 registrants, and we want to quickly identify who we should work with first, if we have that question there, how soon are you looking to buy or sell? I think we can quickly prioritize who we should talk to out of those 10. So let's make our marketing intentional, okay? The other thing about lead capture, it helps you gather customer feedback. This data can then be used to refine product offerings and create targeted campaigns and marketing initiatives that can more efficiently and effectively generate sales and build your business. What does that mean? Feedback. So the other question that was asked of your registrants is, what do they believe is their hurdle to purchasing a home? Some said credit, some said down payment, some said budgeting, right? Like income to pay a mortgage. Guess what we're doing, Mark, Steve, Caprice? We're putting marketing around down payment, right? Budget, credit. They're telling you what is their issue, what their hurdle is. And make no mistake, guys, one speaks for many. If you get just a few people to give you that information, I promise you, they're speaking for many. Of all the registrants that we've gotten, they're all saying about 4 things, right? Budget, credit, down payment, loan programs. Like, how do I qualify? Right? So now they're telling you what to say to get their attention. So now that we understand that, we want to be sure that when we go out, that we have a way to capture the leads, right? Creating the content. This is tying back to last week's conversation and what I was just discussing with you. When you create your content, creating content for lead capture and conversion, what does your target audience most want to know about real estate? This is your homework. Screenshot this if you have to. What does your target audience most want to know about real estate? What will provoke your target audience to conduct a real estate transaction? What does that mean? If they find out, oh, you don't need a 720 credit score. Oh, by the way, you don't need 20% down. Oh, by the way, there's a VA loan program that you don't have to put any down payment. Oh, by the way, there's an FHA program that if your credit is challenged, you can still qualify for the mortgage. If you tell me that I want to buy, but I think that I don't have enough for a down payment, I tell you, oh, you can put down as low as 3.5%. I'm calling you. I'm calling April. I'm calling Angela. I'm calling Ashley. I'm calling whoever tells me that first. And then, how consistently is your target audience hearing from you? Can't be sporadic. You guys have probably, I'm sure you've heard before, if you've sat in any marketing class before, they'll tell you that your leads, I've heard 7 before they take action. I kind of beg to differ. And when it comes to real estate, people generally move, even if they kind of just poke at it. They may not necessarily be convinced, but they'll at least reach out. They'll engage, right? How consistently is your target audience hearing from you? This is necessary for conversion. Okay? So creating content for lead capture. What are you saying that's going to get them to your capture mechanism? Okay? Now, here are just a few strategies to generate leads. This is just a few. Like literally, if we sat together and we threw in the chat ideas, you guys, we probably can come up with 100. But some are landing pages. If you have a CRM that allows you to prepare to create landing pages, those are great. Those are great lead gen strategies. Even if you don't have something that can create if you don't have a CRM that allows you to create a landing page quickly, there are functionalities that allow you to create a landing page outside of your CRM. You need to figure out how to point it back to your CRM, but you can create a landing page just on Zoom. You can create a landing page if you purchase a domain and you go and you do it through, for example, GoDaddy. They have templates of landing pages. Again, if you're with a brokerage that offers you a CRM, I would first look at that CRM, or if you're already using a CRM, I would first look at that CRM to see if there's a resource in that CRM to create a landing page. They're huge. And then just to be much more clear, what is a landing page? A landing page is even, for example, our sign-up website, 3 Steps to Home. That's a landing page. That's where people are going to sign up for our webinar. If we were doing a free guide or ebook, they would go to 3 Steps to Home to receive that ebook, right? Event, that 3 Steps to Home is a landing page for our event. And then if we were doing a raffle, 3 Steps to Home would be where they land. Yeah. Yes. Because again, you want this Caprice in the chat. She says, no one ever told me to make sure landing page goes back to CRM. To the extent that you can, absolutely. Absolutely. Because that will take out the step of you having to then go and drop them into your CRM yourself. Your best CRMs, someone mentioned, I think in our last huddle, Follow Up Boss, all those big ones. Oh yeah, it's going back into your CRM. Follow Up Boss, Chime. I would assume KV Core. I haven't looked at this on KV Core, but your bigger ones, they're dropping back into there. What is it? Real Geeks? Is that what it's called? There's another one. But all those CRMs, oh, there you go. She says Canva now has a feature to create landing pages. Guys, Canva, if you guys are interested, we could do a whole thing on Canva. I don't necessarily want you guys to learn Canva yourself too much. Here's what you do as a CEO, guys. Caprice, Steve. 1 million. I want you guys to know enough to give direction. Does that make sense? I want you guys to know enough to say, hey, she said, yes, please. I want you guys to know enough to say, go and tell your assistant, your virtual assistant, that's a whole nother conversation, go in Canva and create a landing page. Now, I will tell you, I'm not in Canva as much anymore because my virtual assistant is a Canva expert. So I don't have to tell her much about resources in Canva. When do I offer training on landing pages? We can put one together. We don't have one right now. That's a whole nother thing on marketing. But again, guys, promise me, when we do this training on these different marketing tools, you won't spend too much time trying to do this yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make sure I include it in the training. I'm going to point you to resources, Fiverr, Upworks, all these other different online virtual assistant sites that you are going to target a VA that does good work for you and keep working with them. You guys are CEOs, okay? Don't get caught up in the minutia. I want you guys to know what's out there, be exposed to what's out there, and then point back to your assistant, your team, your VA, your, contractor to do the work. Yeah, you need a good VA. Yeah. And we'll discuss that too. One thing at a time. It's a lot. It's a lot to build in a business, guys. I'll tell you. But once you get it going, it's like, it's cool. It goes, right? Tools to capture leads. We talked about this last week, Linktree. Make sure you guys have Linktree. If nothing else, guys, please make sure you have Linktree or some alternative to Linktree in your bios on Instagram. I don't think Facebook allows for this just yet. But on Instagram, please make sure you have Linktree. Please make sure you have Linktree. Link them back to your realtor website, link them back to events, link them to, okay, here we go. Link them to landing pages, link them to your free guides and ebooks, link them to your Calendly to sign up for consultations with you. Yeah, definitely, right? So Linktree. And then Zoom also, Zoom can be used as a landing page. So if you have an event and then you can, for your Zoom sign up, when you set up the webinar or the whatever, the meeting, you'll say that registration is required. And all of a sudden, when they go to sign up, now you have captured information. You're going to put those registration questions there. Okay, guys, for the homebuyer workshop, our registration link for the Zoom is simply pointed to 3stepstohome.com. We just went and got the domain 3 Steps to Home, took the registration link that Zoom gives us, and we pointed it to 3stepstohome.com. So you guys can do the same thing. You just point it to whatever domain you want to point it to. Google is a great one too. Great, perfect. All right. So how are you communicating with your leads? So we talked about making sure we know we need to capture content. Now that you've captured them with your content, how are you communicating with your leads? Guys, if nothing else, please make sure you have a CRM, please. Even if you only have 10 people in there, start there. Please get a CRM, please. If your office doesn't have one, again, I have so much in my head. What's the name of my CRM? God, it's right on top of my head. Lion something.
Lion Desk.
Lion Desk.
Thank you. I was like Lion something. There you go. Guys, who doesn't have a CRM? Put a thumbs down in the chat. Who does not have a CRM? Don't be ashamed. Who does not have a CRM? She said, I think I have that too, Lion Desk. That's what you have? Yeah.
Me. because I'm still trying to search and see which one is better. Because they all say the same thing, and then you're not sure who to go with. That's what I think my problem is.
Does your office doesn't have a CRM? No.
I know my office mentioned Lion Desk, but then I looked up Lion Desk, and then I looked at some other ones. So I was just trying to see which one. I didn't exactly know that Lion Desk goes back to my CRM.
Okay. Jess's question is Lion Desk better than Follow Up Boss? I don't know for sure. I just know that I hear very good things about Follow Up Boss, Jay. I hear very good things about Follow Up Boss.
I have heard that also, that Follow Up Boss is good. So I've been looking into Follow Up Boss, reading up on Follow Up Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Follow Up Boss right now, but honestly, I think whatever you actually use is going to be the best one. I'm still getting to know Follow Up Boss. There's like a lot of little things, but so far so good. I just was asking because I think Lion Desk offers more backend stuff.
Lion Desk definitely has landing pages. It has text messaging. I get obviously alerts. Zap is another one that wasn't bad. EXP. Oh, they provide Chime now? I should know that. Moxie, market leader. Lion Desk. Just happened. Okay. I'm going to make a note. Maybe we can get some reps. Maybe we can get a rep for each of these different ones to come on and give us a little demo. Vanya, what's up? Vanya,
I was Jessica already said, I was gonna say whatever CRM you can use is the best one. I heard good things about a lot of them. I have right now I'm using KV Core. It's a lot. It's the worst thing is to have a CRM system that is great, but you cannot use it. So the best CRM for anybody is a CRM that you can use most of the time, the one that your brokerage give you, because they provide you training and there's somebody there to help you with it.
Yeah. Ayan, do me a favor. Put these names down in the chat. Moxie, Chime, all the ones that everyone is suggesting. If we cannot potentially, we'll figure out if we cannot get a rep to do a demo for us live, then we need to put something together in the community for everyone, because you guys have to have a CRM. I will tell you some considerations. Yes, cost. I don't want you locked into a contract unnecessarily. Okay, there you go. Look, Jess just put it in there for you. Don't lock yourself into a contract unnecessarily, especially at a high cost CRM. It's enough for you to at least start now putting your contacts on a spreadsheet, but I will tell you, move away from that quickly. Okay, Caprice, move away from that quickly. Please get a CRM so that your communication can be automated. Automated. I do not want you guys manually sending emails to people. This stuff should be automated, okay? Other effective ways to communicate is text blast. It's huge. Again, I know that Lion Desk has text message. Many of them have text messages. So text messages is also an option. Email and snail mail. The reason why I put snail mail there is because if your target audience really collects their mail and opens it, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, I have a realtor that I work with. She has probably 80% market share in a community that's average sales price, I would say about $750,000, $800,000, and they look for her mail. So I was like, well, I guess you got to keep mailing, right? Others, maybe email is better. Other ways to communicate is events and workshops. Events and workshops. Again, putting on a workshop and an event is a undertaking. I think if you guys have ever done one before, then you know it's an undertaking. all of the back parts of the tag and what am I going to say, who's going to be there, and marketing and follow up for attendance. Oh, it's an undertaking. It's an undertaking. So this is why we've done this home buyers workshop, to build the platform for you. And so you guys only have to promote, but events and workshops are great ways to communicate. And then obviously by phone. Outside of email, I would say CRM, email, text, events and workshops, then phone, in order of priority. And of course, number 6, in person, right? How are you communicating with your people? You have to communicate, right? Coming around the bend, an important component of your marketing and sales process is follow up. Follow up is critical for conversion. A lot of people, I'll tell you this, even a lot of people want to do business, but they just kind of got busy. Vanya just dropped in the chat, Chime does a free 30-minute demo. All right. They get busy, and sometimes they want your help to nudge them along. Literally, I've gotten calls from salespeople, and I will literally tell them, like, listen, I do want to talk to you. I do want to hear what this is about. Please give me a call back. I'm just so busy. So follow-up is critical to conversion. Following up shows prospects that you care about their needs and you're willing to build a relationship. Real estate is a relationship-based business. Follow up gives you the opportunity to reiterate your value proposition, right? So we're coming around the bend, guys. I want you to think of this framework. Number 1, content. What is my content? What am I saying? Number 2, how am I capturing their contact information once they are captivated by my content, right? How am I capturing their contact information? Thirdly, how am I communicating with them for conversion? And is my communication with them effective follow-up? Because it is regular and consistent. And even in my follow-up, is it reiterating your value proposition? And then follow-up helps you to identify, especially when you speak to people, identify any objections or questions a prospect may have, and gives you a chance to address those obstacles. Sometimes, again, you sent out an invitation to someone for sale, and they're like, oh, I don't want to sell my house yet because I think I need to paint it. And you're like, paint? No, we'll price it. We'll price it for the paint, right? Oh, I want to buy, but I think, again, going back to the 4 main objections, I think my credit might be bad. Your credit, well, you know what? We prefer that you be at a 620, but you can get a loan as low as 580, 570, right? It's going to affect your interest rate, but credit may not be an issue for as much of an issue for you as you think. That's our dialogue with them, right? To overcome those objections. Remember, last reminder, the objections that you get and the questions should be documented so that your marketing speaks to these common objections and questions. Don't forget this fundamental. What are your people saying? Whatever they're saying, document it and make sure that it's part of your marketing. Lastly, with follow-up, it helps you stay top of mind with prospects and build rapport, which increases the likelihood of conversion. Right? Is that full circle for everybody? We're just a couple minutes over, but full circle. I want you guys to think of this framework, full circle. My content, is it captivating enough so I can capture leads? How am I bucketing my leads? I'm rainmaking with this beautiful content. Everybody's liking my posts. But I don't have any information. There's no call to action for them to get on my email list. Yes, Gina, thank you, Gina, right? I'm making it rain. I'm posting 3 times a day, but there's no way for anybody to get into my funnel. So the capture. And then how am I communicating with them for conversion? What's my regular follow-up for conversion? So content, capture, communicating for follow-up to convert. And hopefully you'll be under contract and get some closing, right? All right, guys. Reminder, again, 8 days away for those of you who came on the call late and those of you who are not aware that we've launched our first home buyer workshop, 3 steps to purchase a new home, hosted by you and Model Mortgage Experts. It is going to be next Saturday, February 18th from just 11 to 12, just 11 to 12. I'm glad, Francine, just 11 to 12. Get your people signed up. If you have not already signed up to co-host, can we start from day one or start? Yeah, start from day one. Absolutely. Absolutely. 15 minutes. So Caprice's question is so really quickly, before I move to the next slide, I want to answer Caprice's question. If you have not had an opportunity to sign up already, if you're on a desktop, there's a QR code. If you're on your phone, just go to txu.com. Go to txu.com, thetxu.com, go to our TXU website, and the registration link will be at the bottom there. What you get when you register, and this is Caprice's question, you'll get a spreadsheet. Since we launched last Friday, that was 15 days from your, oh, awesome. What did you use, Jessica, to automate it? Which platform did you use? Meta?
Meta. And Meta does the Facebook and the Instagram.
There you go. So we got to do a whole class on that too. But Meta people should use anyway, because it's already built in. So what you get is this spreadsheet, and Jessica has hers automated, which I do too. You'll see it on my model page. It'll give you each day. What you can't see here, there's a date for when you should post. If you started last week, Jessica Page looks great. Vanya's in the chat. It'll give you the date, which started last Friday. It gives you the caption, which you can tweak. That's one thing I meant to say. Guys, put your hashtag in there. This is just so you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. Put your hashtag in there, however you want to spice it up. And then you also have 3 posts for that day that ties to that myth, okay? This is an example of Benjamin's content, his assets. This is 15, the first day for him. And then this is Kai, Ms. Graham's assets, an example of Ms. Graham's assets, right? And so let me get to some of these questions in here. So Caprice's question, you can start from day one. I would definitely start from day one, because you got to build momentum. What I hope that you guys see from what we've put together. Go ahead, Caprice. I see you have your hand up. What I hope you guys can see while Caprice comes off mute, what I hope you guys are seeing from the way we set this up is the amount of touch points you need. You need a lot of touch points, guys. And see the consistency, and you see the content, the number of touch points you need to engage people, right? And so your people are going to get, they've gotten an email already. They're going to get an email they're going to get a text message on this coming Saturday saying, can't wait to see you next week. They're going to get an email next week with some pre-work. They're going to get a text message the day before. They're going to get a text message the morning of, and they're going to get a text message right before it's time to get on. This is how much follow-up and communication, which helps to give you a successful turnout, participation. The next workshop, you're not available for the one on the 18th. Renee, even if you're not available, you can participate, get your people on, and then all you're going to need to do after the workshop is schedule their buyer consultations. And we're going to talk about buyer consultations next week. So even if you're not going to be able to make the webinar, I would still get your people signed up so that they get the content and you start building your funnel. I see you, Darren. Give me 1 second. Let me get through these questions. Just a heads up, the way the platform is going to be set up is going to be a webinar. They're going to see myself and the Motto team. They're not going to see each other or you. Here's why. We are not chasing down cameras and mics. If you've ever been on one before with a lot of people, and there's no way, for the way we're set up now, if I tell you guys to mute, you'll mute. But unless you set it up as a webinar, here's another hack for you. Unless you set it up as a webinar, there is no way for you to prohibit people from turning on their mics. So that's how you keep out the background noise. There's no way, unfortunately. So, so again, for Renee, if you want to just build your pipeline, be in communication with your people get on, they won't even know you're not on. They'll be on and they'll be pointed back to you to start their buyer consultation. Francine says, how do we sign up? So Francine, you sign up either on this QR code if you're on your desktop right now, or go to the TXU website, thetxu.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see special event and it'll lead you to the link to sign up. What did they use? What is that, Gina? Leah, you missed a lot, girl. Go get Kataya, you haven't gotten your content yet? Have you signed up?
No, not yet. I
haven't
signed up and then I signed up and I did the questionnaire. I attached my pictures, but I didn't do it last week.
Ayana.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right here, Kataya doesn't have her content.
Kataya, did you check your junk mail, or?
Oh, I didn't check.
It might have been in that junk folder, but I'll double check and forward that over to you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Francine, perfect. Yeah. For the marketing. So Gina, what did they use? Gina, can you come off? Are you in a space to talk?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hi. Yes, you mentioned, I think you showed 3 examples of marketing that 3 people used, but I missed that first part on who they used and how did they get there.
Say that again, Gina.
Like Kyrie Graham, there was a gentleman before her. They used
Who did they use for this?
Yeah, to create their content.
Oh, you're getting it. When you sign up, you get it. This was made for them.
Oh, okay. And who created it? Is it through you or?
Yeah. The design team.
Okay.
thetxu.com. Go to thetxu.com. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Okay.
Go to thetxu.com. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will see the sign up.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good question. I'm so sorry. Capri says, how do I copy the content and share to my social media?
So
I
have a question. No, because I watched the video and it said that I will have the folders, but the folders are not there, but I'm able to see how it's spread it out, how you have it spread out on here. But on the video, it say click on the folders and you do the first and second and always use the third one with my picture on it. But how do I copy all 3 at one time? Because they all supposed to be on the same social media post or separate social media posts?
They should all be on the same one. It should be a carousel.
So how would I, okay, so it'll be a carousel where it go left or right, or are they supposed to be on top of each other? How do I copy it? Each one, all 3 at one time.
You would create a post with all 3.
Okay, so when I open up there, I should be able to click on like the first one where it says house listing and then the other, wait, them 2 the same. So, okay. But it usually be 2 different, these 2 right here say the same thing, a house listing price is what you will end up paying.
So this one, she just made a mistake. She should have had the myth and the truth. But like, so for example,
okay, right.
This
okay,
right.
right.
Myth, this one is the truth.
So how do you copy that? You just highlight all 3?
You should have these assets in your folder.
I do, but they're not like in separate folders. They're just spread it out just like how it is right here, how you have it.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me wrap up everybody else and you hang back. Okay.
Okay.
And I see Jessica just dropped a link in the chat. For everybody we are wrapping up. We're a few minutes over. In closing, I want to close everybody out. I always want to make sure I close you out. Motivation is when your dreams put on work clothes. Benjamin Franklin. Motivation is when your dreams put on work clothes. When your dreams put on work clothes. That means it's okay to dream, but at some point you got to put on your overalls and get to work, right? It's time to put on your work clothes. So for those of us who have dreams of building a big real estate business, of closing 3, 4, 5 deals a month, it's time to put on your work clothes. Fair enough? All right, guys. That's us. You guys can, oh, look at that, Marissa. Should I receive the offer? I've been waiting on a contract with being my husband. And Marissa, you got some signups too. You guys are popping. Those emails were coming in this morning. But anyway, let me let y'all go. Okay, guys, we're done. I'm going to stay back with Kataya and Caprice. You're welcome. Thanks you guys so much. So good to see everyone.
I have a quick question. Where can I find last Thursday's video? I wasn't able to come last Thursday.
That's a very good question. Bye, Jay. Ayana, did we record last Thursday or is that the one you missed? Let me look on the if they are saved, they are in the community and they're also on the YouTube page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me look here because I know the weeks go by so fast.
It really does.
If last week was the content one, then it's there.
It's there. It's there. If you go in the community,
okay,
book, and
didn't realize I could check there. Okay, cool.
And on
I'll reach out if I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure I can now. Thank you so much.
No problem. Good to see you. Very good question. Ayana, you can stop the recording now. Go ahead.